Welcome guys to a new show on the Man United channel here, and it's going to be called United Transfer Talk. And from its name you can tell that I'm going to talk about some of the top stories regarding the latest news and rumours surrounding the club, and with that the latest rumours of the incomings and outgoings of players also. So this first episode, I'm going to talk about 4 stories, and as you know, we have been extensively linked with every single midfield player around the globe, from, Shinji Kagawa, who I'm going to talk about today, to Wesley Sneijder saga last summer. So, it's been a long time coming, and it had the pinnacle was when Paul Scholes returned, filling that void that every United supporter had in regarding to our central midfield area. Now, as you know, it's coming to the end of the season once again, and the rumour mill has started. And today I'm going to talk about 4 stories in which has circulated around the media within the last week. So the first player I'm going to talk about is Lucas Moura. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a Brazilian, 19 years old, currently plays for Sao Paulo, and he's very highly rated by a lot of clubs, including Inter Milan, PSG, and even Barcelona. And we have been linked with him. It's by the Metro, and he is a very talented midfielder. I saw him a couple of times for the nationals team, and he does look very bright and fast on his feet. And again, his age is a great advantage on his side, being only 19. If he does come to England, he can have, say, a year to adapt, and then, with a whole career ahead of him, he has a lot of potential and to fulfill all his qualities in order to, as pizzazz and creativity to our midfield. Like I said, he is 19, and Sao Paulo have put in a 65 million release clause. I don't think a lot of teams will be even touching that in order to get him away from Sao Paulo. The fee that is being touted is around 30 to 35 million pounds at the moment, and I'm not sure if he's worth it because, like I said, he's currently playing in the Brazilian league, so it's very difficult to judge a player on that sort of league where it's not of a very high standard compared to our European competitions. And 30 to 35 million on an unproven player would be a very risky kind of deal, in my opinion anyway. But it has been proven that it could work. Like, Atletico Madrid bought Kun Aguero, and what a player he has become for them. And now he's putting his trade at City, unfortunately. And that it does prove that sometimes when you do take risk with these South American players, that it does work. And perhaps Lucas, he would be better suited in Spain, you never know, but he could also flourish within the Premier League environment where it's fast, and perhaps his pace would be a great quality and asset to him in order to perform really well and offer a really high standard in our league. So Lucas Moura, 30 to 35 million. I don't think it's going to happen anyway this summer, and I'm not sure he'll be our first candidate to replace Paul Scholes. So what are you guys' thoughts on that story? Leave a comment below. The next player I'm going to talk about is Yann M'Vila, and he is a really different player compared to Lucas Moura. He is more of a defensive midfield and would be preferably suited in a 4-5-1 formation, where he would be the kind of holding midfield player in front of the back 4. And he has been really dubbed as the French Roy Keane, if you like, with his aggressive playing style. And I've seen him also for his national team France against England a few times, and he has really impressed me in those matches when he came on. He really, got around all of the England attacking players and really closed them down, and were really effective in his role as that, defensive holding midfield player. And he's been linked for a while to Man United, and you could say that about any young and coming players, but he has been linked with us for I think about 2 years now. But has reports has emerged this week that Arsenal are feeling confident of beating United to the signing of M'Vila, because I think M'Vila has said that earlier this month that if Arsene Wenger would be coming for him, it would make it a lot more interesting for him, because I think he buys into Arsene Wenger's kind of like French identity of the squad. You know, Arsene Wenger is renowned for bringing a lot of French internationals and kind of like play them in a system that is that complements a lot of them. So, you know, you can understand why M'Vila would perhaps choose the Arsenal over United, just purely because he is French after all, and he does kind of like respect Arsene Wenger's work as both a coach and also for the national team from afar. But M'Vila, he's a quality player, and I think he would be around for 15 to 20 million. I personally think that he would be a good signing, but you know, with Michael Carrick doing basically the same role, although not as aggressive in his nature of play, I would say that Michael Carrick is playing very consistently with that defensive midfield role. And I think that M'Vila, although he will be a good signing, I don't think he's the kind of like most suited to our play right now. I think our prime target will be a attacking player with a lot of creativity and vision. And although M'Vila has very good technique and attributes, perhaps he doesn't tick all the boxes that is required for that, you know, prime target of ours at the moment. So M'Vila, it's looking likely that he will go to Arsenal this summer. So M'Vila, what do you think of him? Should we lodge a late bid and bring him to Old Trafford? Leave your comment below, guys. And the third player I'm going to talk about, and it's the player I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's Shinji Kagawa. He is a 23-year-old playing for Borussia Dortmund, and they just secured up another title back-to-back now. And anyway, Kagawa, he is kind of like the central attacking midfielder, where he likes to play off the striker, and that lets him link the play within the midfield and up front. And he does a really effective role, and he combined brilliantly with Moura Götze at Dortmund, and those two are a nightmare for any defence. And I watched him a couple of matches, and he looks really good with his, you know, vision and pace, and that's what I noticed as well. Similarly to Park, he tracks back really well, and he has an engine of like just similarly like Park, up and down the field all day long, and still willing to give 100% every single match for his team, no matter what the result is. And Kagawa, really exciting prospect. He has been overshadowed to some extent by Götze, because, you know, everyone's raving about Götze at the moment, but Kagawa, he has been kind of like dark horse in kind of this transfer saga, because not a lot of people give him the credit he deserves in bringing Dortmund all this success. And Kagawa, I think he will be a really exciting signing, because he does offer that extra little pace and vision and linking up, and you know, that would take away the role that Wayne Rooney is fulfilling right now, and let him concentrate on being a front man and getting even more goals than he is getting this season, although he's got, you know, 26. That would, with Kagawa playing in the side, I think it will be a really great combination to see him just behind the striker, and perhaps leaving Rooney up there up front with perhaps Daniel Welbeck or Chicharito, and, you know, leaving him free to do what he does best, and that's scoring goals. And Kagawa would complement that system very well. And, you know, with the interest, Dortmund now has offered him a contract ultimatum, where if he doesn't sign by, I think, the Monday coming up, then they would be selling him this summer, I think, because they have had a contract in front of him for a while now, and they basically haven't had any response from him, and so that does have led to speculation that he does want to go to a Premier League, because he has expressed his kind of like desire in order to play in a Premier League, because he wants to challenge himself with the best players, and that's understandable from where he's coming from. So he would be around 20 to 25 million mark, and I think Kagawa will be a good signing, as he is on the right side of the age gap, where as United, you know that we have a transfer policy where we maintain and aim for players under the age of 27, and Kagawa, only 23, still has a few years to develop, and he's already earning rave reviews for his performances at just 23. So Kagawa, I think he will be a really good signing and complements our play right now. What are the chances? I think it will be a really good chance, because like I said, he hasn't responded to Dortmund's contract extension, so I think there will be a good chance of him leaving them this summer. Who to? There are also some speculation that other top clubs like Real Madrid are after him. So, but I think with our strong interest, I think that might have drawn him to England more, perhaps. So Kagawa, I think it will be a really good signing. And what do you guys think of him? And leave your comment below. The last player I'm going to talk about in this video is a story that's gonna excite everybody right now, and it's obviously Eden Hazard. He's a prime target for a host of top clubs in Europe this summer, because he's one of the best talents to come out of Europe in the last few years. He's currently playing for Lille, the French champions. He's only 21. He can play on the left or through the middle, just like Kagawa, just behind the strikers, where he can link with his technique and vision, create a lot of chances. And what makes this story really, really interesting is that Sir Alex Ferguson has seen him and watched him, I think 2 weeks ago, personally, to see how he plays, and gave his kind of like prediction and comment on Hazard. And I quote, "I came to watch Lille play Lyon and followed Hazard, of course, along with other players. He is a very good player who has many qualities. He is particularly fast over the first 10 yards. So there you go. Sir Alex Ferguson obviously very impressed by what he saw of Hazard, and particularly note of his pace there. And Hazard, he is dubbed as the Belgian Messi, where he combined the lethal combination of pace and vision and skill added to that, so he makes it very tricky for defenders to mark him, because of his array of skills that he can use to beat defenders with ease. So Hazard, a lot of is on everyone's lips really, because he's destined for something greater. And there are reports this week that obviously Sir Alex watched him, but also Roberto Mancini of City have also watched him, and he said that he would like to get Hazard this summer. And a lot of that has led to speculation that it's basically another out-and-out race for Hazard between the two Manchester clubs. And if you just look for it from the financial kind of term, then you would have to favour City, as much as it pains me. But he would be around the £35 million mark, and probably plus of 100 grand a week on wages. So that would asking a lot from the Glazer family. But to be fair to them, they have been supportive of Sir Alex's policy plans in the past few seasons, and last summer was a perfect demonstration that they believe in what Sir Alex does with this club. And Hazard, because of his immense quality, I think he would be great for the club. And again, like Kagawa, he could play out wide when we are perhaps on an injury, or play through the middle when we're using a different system, where perhaps we'll play kind of a diamond shape, and Hazard will be the pinnacle point of that diamond linking the play. So what do you think of Hazard? I think that he will be a great signing, but I'm not sure if we have the financial capabilities to accept their demands for him. So but hopefully, fingers crossed that we might get him. And yeah, what do you guys think of him? Leave your comment below. So there you go, have it. That's my first episode of United Transfer Talk. I hope you liked this video. Please rate, comment about any of the stories that I talked about, and subscribe for more content. Obviously, on Monday night, I'll try to get out a match report for you guys after the most intense derby game of all time, and then perhaps, if not, I'll get it around Tuesday. So look out for that video as well. So again, please rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.